4 signs of an unhealthy relationship? I'm Dr. Greg Popcak, here with my wife Lisa Popcak. We're the co-authors of Just Married, The Catholic Guide to Surviving and Thriving in the First 5 Years of Marriage, and the founders and directors of the Pastoral Solutions Institute, a telephone counseling practice for Catholics. Aside from the obvious things like abuse, right, which of course is the most dramatic sign of an unhealthy relationship, whether we're talking about verbal or physical or sexual even abuse, most problems don't manifest themselves that dramatically. Most of the time we need to look for little red flags.
To keep them from sneaking up on us and becoming life-changing experiences for us that end the relationship.
So let's talk about the 4 signs of an unhealthy relationship. And really these 4 signs are 4 different aspects of letting you know whether a person is trustworthy or not. And trust is so important for a healthy relationship because you need to know whether this person is capable of receiving the gift of yourself. You know, when you're dating someone, you're giving yourself to them as a gift. Mm-hmm. And can they handle that gift?
And will they be able to handle that gift over the long haul? Right. Is this somebody you can allow into your life for a lifetime, not just to suit your purpose for a season?
So the 4 qualities are ability, integrity, benevolence, and consistency. And we're looking at those 4 qualities as they relate to that trustworthiness. You know, can I trust this person to receive the gift of me in this relationship?
And I think that this allows us to refrain from that pendulum swing. I've seen too many couples who are trying to decide if they can be in a relationship with somebody or sustain a relationship with somebody, thinking either that person has to be perfect, you know, never make a mistake, never break my trust in the slightest, or going to that other side, which is so depleting, and saying, well, nobody's perfect, so I might as well settle for this. Yeah.
So, you know, and the other thing to keep in mind is that these 4 qualities, ability, integrity, benevolence, and consistency, they're not digital in the sense of we either have them or we don't. They're more analog in the sense that people have them in varying degrees. And you have to be able to decide how much of these qualities you really need to see in a person before you feel safe giving yourself to them. But let's go through each of those in turn. So ability is the first quality. And ability goes to trustworthiness in the sense that this person does what they say they're going to do. You know, a lot of people, you know, we all want to be liked. Right? Sure. So a lot of times we have a tendency to overpromise in an attempt to be liked. You know, oh, of course I can do that for you. Of course you can count on me. Of course I'll be there. And then I'm not. Right. You know, that person who lacks ability, who tends to promise stuff they can't do, or they'll say things to make me happy in the moment and then I have to nag them 3,000 times to remind them to do it. That's a person who's not trustworthy because they lack ability to follow through on the things that they say they're going to do for me.
Really an ability to know what they're competent at doing, what they have the time to do, what they have the commitment level to you to do. So it's not that, you know, oh, well, he can help me with this, he's just choosing not to. It's that the things are not coming together in a way that says, I can do this and I can follow through.
And they don't know how to make those things come together in a way that actually works for the relationship and for the long-term prospects of my ability to trust them. Right. So then the next quality is integrity. And integrity goes to the degree to which I have an internalized value system, right? You know, if I have integrity, I really try hard not to give offense in the first place, you know? And if I do mess up, then I often will self-correct because I say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. You know, that's not the person I want to be. You know, or if I miss that, because we all have blind spots, then you point it out to me and say, hey, Greg, that really hurt. You know, and I say, oh my gosh, you're right. Because again, that's not the person I want to be.
Exactly. It's not because I made you mad.
Right.
It's not because you're putting up such a fuss that you're making me uncomfortable. That's not who I choose to be. I have my own sense of integrity of who I want to be and what the people around me deserve from me because I am this person. And it's not that you're screaming at me or you're ignoring me or you're threatening to cut me out of your life. It's because I'm being less than I really feel called to be.
And somebody who doesn't have that integrity that's a person you have to drag kicking and screaming to realize they've done something wrong. They just sort of act out of their feelings, and then you point it out to them, and like, what? Oh, you just don't have a sense of humor. Oh, you're just too sensitive. Oh, you're too controlling. Oh, you're too demanding.
You don't love me for who I am.
Right, exactly. And so, you get all this sort of excuses, this shifting of blame, this defensiveness out of them, when all you're trying to do is say, hey, listen, I love you, but that really hurt my feelings. And then you suddenly feel like you're on trial, and you're the guilty party for having dared to have taken offense at something that they did. So that person without integrity, again, you can't trust them, because relationships, involve people bumping into each other and messing up from time to time. And a healthy relationship, though, is all about helping each other become more and more of the people you say you want to be. But if you don't have integrity, you don't know who that is in the first place. The third quality is benevolence. And benevolence
that can sound like, oh, they're just nice to me.
Yeah. But it's more than that. I mean, what it is really is a willingness to love you more than my comfort zone. That doesn't mean that I'm going to do things that are objectively immoral or demeaning.
No, in fact, you never should.
No. But it means that I'm willing to make sacrifices to work for your good. I'm willing to do those things that I maybe rather not do because they're outside my preferences, or because it's kind of hard for me to stretch myself that way.
That I have a real commitment to see things through your eyes. If you find something to be true and good and beautiful, I want to know about that, because I have that kind of respect for you.
Yeah,
I want to come alongside you.
Yeah, exactly. I may not share that same interest that you do, but I love you, so I want to understand that, so that I'm the first person you think of when you have a success in that area or a struggle in that area. You want to talk to me about it because I understand it, even though that's quote-unquote not really my thing. Because I'm able to step outside my comfort zone to work for your good, to learn your interests, to share your life. You can count on me and trust me to have that healthy relationship.
Well, I really want to add that is one of the biggest qualities to look for that would affair-proof a marriage in the long run. Because if that person doesn't have that, if they don't respect you enough to come alongside you and see what's true, good, and beautiful, and find something that gives them a little bit more life in it because they want to share it with you, they're going to just go off with somebody else, or you're going to go off with somebody else who does. And it's going to be about sharing those things with somebody who can respect and appreciate them. So if that person's not doing that for you, don't just say, oh, well, they don't like my hobby or they don't like my interest. It really speaks much more to the level of respect that they have, and it can really be a very long-term problem.
And then finally, of course, it's important that you can count on them to do all these qualities consistently.
Yeah.
Because everybody does this from time to time. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, as the saying
So
goes.
they do it when they're in a good mood, or they do it when I've buttered them up, or they do it when they're under pressure from, whoever's watching. But then I can't count on them at other times.
So ultimately, the person who has that ability, that integrity, and that benevolence, and you can count on to consistently do those things, that's a person that's safe to be in a relationship with. Somebody who plays fast and loose with those qualities, those are the flags that let you know, as much as I'm attracted to them, as much as I like them, maybe I need to find somebody else.
Hey guys, I hope that you enjoyed our video, and don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. Check out the other videos to my side and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out. We also have a great guide for online dating right here that you can download absolutely free, and a ton more resources at CatholicMatchInstitute.com. And by the way, if you're single, check out CatholicMatch.com. Creating an account and searching for other Catholic singles is totally free. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today!